to a Week 4 edition of the Armchair Football League. We have the Minnesota Vikings led by Sam Howell and Bryce Young leading the Carolina Panthers, the young rookie looking to make a name for himself. Weather not very good in this one. We had some light rain to kick things off here. And we look at the matchup in this one as we have the opening kickoff. The Minnesota Vikings currently 2-1, and the Carolina Panthers 3-0. So this is a big contest for both teams. They'll carry the opening kickoff. Carolina will out to the 21, and here is Sam Howell playing here for the Minnesota Vikings. Drafted, I believe, in 4th round. Check on that in a second. And they'll take the opening snap. They're going to hand it off, and it's not going to go anywhere. Jamal Williams is going to be stopped for gain of 2. Had a big week last week, 17 for 136. And so they will line up in a single back formation. Howell back to pass. Pressure coming from the Panthers. Howell gets it out, makes the catch, and it's broken up. And it's going to be knocked out by Greenlaw. So 3rd and 8 here. Howell back to pass. Throws over the middle, caught, and it'll be a first down. And it's Justin Jefferson. So first completion goes for about 12 yards. And they're going to be a play action. Howell's going to roll out. Howell, and it's going to be batted away, throwing into double coverage. A very risky call there. Shotgun formation, 2nd and 10. Howell back to pass. Throws to the side, and it's dropped. So a rough start. The first pass went for 9 yards. So it'll be 3rd and 10. Second, 3rd down for the Vikings. Throws over the middle, and it is caught. So they convert yet again. So moving the sticks here. And they're going to hand it off up the middle. Williams is going to get a nice gain here, about 5 yards. And Sam Howell was actually a 2nd-round pick of the Minnesota Vikings, selected 62nd overall. Thrown there, and it's just shy of the first down marker. He was a 5th-round selection in real life, and the Minnesota Vikings took him 62nd overall. And it's going to be a handoff out to the outside, and Williams is going to get the first down. He's going to be injured here, and we'll see how that affects the offense. Gain of about 4 or 5 on the play, so it'll be 1st and 10, new set of downs here. Howell back to pass. Pressure coming, gets it out. Another short pass here. And it'll be 2nd and 6. So after a couple of drops, the Minnesota Vikings starting to find their rhythm here a little bit. And there's a pass complete again by Sam Howell. This one's going to go for maybe about 15, maybe? 11. So Jordan Addison, Howell back to pass. Throwing a lot for this weather, and it's caught underneath and breaks the tackle, and he's inside the 10 down to the 6-yard line. So Sam Howell finding some rhythm, moving the chains. 1st and goal from the 6, Sterling Shepard on the catch. Mixing it up with his receivers, trying to get everybody involved early. About 4 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Good long sustained drive here from the Vikings, and that run almost blown up, and ends up being blown up anyway. They will lose a yard. Khalil Herbert, let's say he got back to the line of scrimmage stats-wise. They won't give him a -1, but he will lose a yard from the yard. They'll put him at the 7 instead of the 6. Howell back to pass. Pressure coming up the middle, and he's going to be sacked. Greenlaw with another big play, and that's going to push them to the 14, making a touchdown very difficult at this point. It's very likely that Minnesota's going to have to settle for a field goal here. And we'll be curious to see what they do, if they take a shot or if they just try to settle up, get an easy field goal in this weather. Thrown just shy. Caught at the 1 and taken down, and Brian Allen goes down with an injury. So 2 rough injuries. He's going back to the locker room. We'll look out for number 55 in the future, see if he comes back. So it'll be 4th and goal. Almost like an old-fashioned extra point here. And the kick is up, and it is good. So Minnesota with the early 3-0 lead. Rough going for the first couple of plays, but they found their rhythm. Moved it all the way down, but a rough sack and a great play by Greenlaw from Carolina holds them to 3 points. So the kick is away to Bryce Young, to the Carolina Panthers, and it will be returned back to the 24-yard line, where now the rookie Bryce Young will take over and try to lead this offense down the field. You look at his stats here: 830 yards, 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Pretty solid completion percentage. Really a good start for the youngster. Bryce Young was the 2nd overall pick in the ACFL draft. Throws it out to the side here, and it's going to be a nice gain. But Andre Dillard's going to go down with an injury. And he's going to go back to the locker room, so keep an eye out for number 79. 79 on the Panthers, 55 on the Vikings is who we're going to watch out for. Now, back in the ACFL draft, it was the Giants who traded up with Miami for the 1st overall pick, and they selected C.J. Stroud as Bryce Young overthrows a pass there. And it was the Carolina Panthers who traded up with the Houston Texans for the 2nd overall pick. And they used that to select Bryce Young. Anthony Richardson went 3rd. Will Levis went 4th, making it the first time that 4 quarterbacks went consecutively. Now that pass is broken up, so it'll be 3rd and 10 here from their own 39. Under 5 minutes to play. We're halfway through the first quarter. Bryce Young in the shotgun, back to pass. Pressure coming, scrambles away, and he's just going to throw this one away. Ward got a little, maybe some fingertips on it. But that will make it 4th and 10. So the Panthers are going to punt it away. Fair kick inside the 20, and will be called for a fair catch. So that works out nicely for the Panthers. Starting from their own 18-yard line, here's Sam Howell. He's going to hand it off up the middle, and they're going to get about 5 yards. And now Greenlaw going down with an injury. The injuries have plagued us quite a bit here in the early going in the ACFL. First 4 weeks, we've had a hefty amount of injuries. And it's probably going to be a lot here in the rain. Howell, play action, throws it deep and wide open. Sam Howell with a beautiful pass and a great play. Justin Jefferson, and he's going to come down with it, and they're now in Panther territory. So from the Panther 44, Justin Jefferson with the big catch, 3 for 55 already. Howell's up over 100 yards, and that run's going to go for about 1. He's going to get 1. Khalil Herbert. So Williams still not back in the game, as David Ajabo makes the tackle. Risky snap. Howell over the middle, caught wide open, and he's going to take this. Oh, he just missed the block. And David Ojabo now goes down with an injury. But, man, you take a look back at that play again, and if 84 lays that block, that might be going for more. But now, just as quickly, they're now inside the Carolina 20. Pressure coming. Howell, dangerous throw, and it's broken up. But Howell, good going so far. 9 of 13 for 130 yards. And a couple of big plays here on this drive. Much quicker than their first one. Howell forced out of the pocket, and he's just going to throw this one away. Plenty of time to throw, but now it's 3rd and 10. And after those 2 big plays and that long sustained first drive, you really want to get 6 on this drive. Howell back to pass. Throws it short, and he's just going to make sure he holds on to that. He's going to fall to the ground, so it'll be 4th and 4 from the 14. Justin Jefferson makes the catch. And unfortunately, they're going to have to settle for 3 points. Snap, kick is up, and It is good. So Minnesota's up 6-0, and Carolina's going to try to get something going with a chance to take the lead still. And that's really why you want the 6 there. You get the 6 and plus the extra point. You've now grabbed the commanding lead of that game. You make it a 2-possession game. So here comes Bryce Young again. See if you can lead a better drive than the first time. Back to pass, throws short and wildly inaccurate. I don't know if maybe the receiver ran the wrong route. I mean, there's a little miscommunication. Could be the weather, too. It's tough to throw in these conditions. Ball gets wet, slips out of your hand. Bryce Young's going to load up, throw, and it is caught. Great pass. We have a flag on the play. And it's going to be a roughing the passer. Oh, sorry, unnecessary roughness, excuse me. Tavier Thomas, I guess maybe he was the receiver was out of bounds at that point, and he got pushed after the play. So a big benefit to the Carolina Panthers there. They're now inside Viking territory at their 40. They're going to hand it off. They gave about 2 on the play. Joe Mixon, who was cut by the Bengals. They had a big week last week, 21-92. He was cut by the Bengals just before the season started, and he was picked up by the Carolina Panthers as they tried to give their young quarterback some weapons. Second down and 8 from the 38 of the Vikings. Bryce Young back to pass, pressure coming, forced out of the pocket, and he's going to be sacked. And Walker Little's going to go down with an injury. Close to being a fumble. I think he was clearly down, though, but made you at least gasp. So 3rd and 18, and Bryce Young, you got to get that ball away. Pressure coming again. They bring the blitz. He's forced out of the pocket, and he's hit hard, and oh, no. He is hit real hard, driven to the turf, and that looks like a wrist, and it's going to be 4th and 18, but you're holding your breath now if you're the Carolina Panthers, waiting for that injury report. And the kick is up, especially at 3-0. Yeah, they've had a great start to this season. They call for the fair catch, and it will bounce at the 5. Probably should have kept that bouncing. Should let that continue to bounce. So Sam Howell's going to come back out. He's got a long way to go to try to get 7. 95 yards, 159 left here in the first quarter. And they will line up in a strong formation. They can do a little fullback dive. And they'll gain 2. Another injury on the play, Irv Smith Jr. So the parade of injuries continues here. Second down and 8 in their own 7-yard line. Howell back to pass. Plenty of time to throw. He's just going to throw this out wide, and 2 guys almost ran routes into the same area, and they'll only get 2 on the play. Sterling Shepard and Justin Jefferson almost collided on that pass, as Howell waited a little too long to get it, but it was just quick enough to avoid catastrophe. Howell back to pass. Pressure coming. He throws it short, and I don't know if that one looked like the weather. I don't know if he was trying to throw it short to somebody else. And again, miscommunication, but that one looked like the ball just slipped. So fortunate break for Carolina. We'll see if that brings Bryce Young back out onto the field or if he is still in the medical examiner's room. The punt goes to about the 44, and he's going to gain a few. He'll bring it to the Minnesota 46, and it's not going to be Bryce Young. It's going to be Dorian Thompson-Robinson, good old DTR. 1:10 to play in the first. Robinson back to pass. Pressure was coming on the outside, and that pass, beautiful touch pass for 20 yards. Joe Mixon on the catch, and really just a beautiful pass. Watch it again. Just lofts it up there. Beautiful touch. Drops it right in the bucket. And good sign there from DTR. You'll hope that continues here for Carolina. Now down at the Minnesota 26. He's going to run it, and it's going to be stuffed right up the middle. Joe Mixon, unfortunately, not able to get anything on that play. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Devontae Wyatt on the tackle. Bryce Young back to pass. Throws it, and it's caught. And it was Bryce Young. He came back out on the field. So that's all we saw from DTR. But a great comeback pass from Bryce Young down to the 1-yard line. And that will be the end of the first quarter. So you're breathing a huge sigh of relief to see Bryce Young back out on the field. And now the Panthers have a chance to punch it in and take the lead. You have 3 shots here. And you look at the Vikings. If you don't audible to this and run up the middle, I don't know what you're doing. The Vikings are so spread out on this, and it throws it wide. Rough pass from Bryce Young. And that's when, like I said, you got to audible to a run in that sense. And look, now they're loaded up. Goal line formations for both teams. And they're going to try to run it now, and he will get in. So the Panthers are able to put 6 up on the board. They'll try to put a 7th with Joe Mixon. Going to be 3 carries for 3 yards and a touchdown. And the extra point attempt is good. Panthers will kick off, 7-6 lead. Big drive here upcoming for the Vikings. Nice return. He'll get out to the 25. Didn't need the touchback. And out comes Sam Howell. First and 10 from the 25. Back to pass. Plenty of time. He's going to throw this to the flat. And he'll gain about 2 on the play. Howell 12 of 18 for 140 yards. Here as we just open up the second quarter. We haven't even reached halftime yet. 2nd and 8 from the 28. Howell back to pass in the shotgun. Throws over the middle. And a deep pass, and it's caught by Justin Jefferson, who then just steps out of bounds after running for about 4 or 5 extra yards. Good pass by Sam Howell there. Justin Jefferson closing in on 100 yards in the first half. You see the separation. It looked like they had a linebacker covering Justin Jefferson. And that's not going to go well. Justin Jefferson is feeling it right now. And Howell, they're going to run a draw play, and it's going to be blown up by the Panthers. So it's 2nd and 12 now from the Carolina 39. And like I said, it's going to be really frustrating if all you do after this is just get 3 points. You want to get a touchdown with how well your offense has looked. Howell forced out of the pocket. He's going to throw it away. He's going to be taken down after the throw. No call on the play. So 3rd down and 12. Big 3rd down here for the Minnesota Vikings. Back to pass. Steps up, throws, and fires it wide. He just overthrows it. And they're going to try to go for the field goal, I think. They will. It's going to be a long field goal. It's going to be about a 55, 56-yard field goal here. And does he have the leg? It is up, and it's way short and wide. So rough break there for the Minnesota Vikings, as the Carolina Panthers are now going to take over with great field position and a chance to make this a 2-possession game here. Bryce Young, plenty of time to throw. He loads up, fires, and overthrows his man. And Bryce Young with a rough start today, 3 of 10, 59 yards. He had 1 nice throw, but outside of that, he has struggled pretty heavily, as they're going to call an audible here. Shotgun formation, bunch to the left. Bryce Young back to pass. Throws to the flat. It's caught. And Joe Mixon will run for a few extra yards, and they'll get 6 in total. 3rd down and 4 with just about 2 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Carolina leads 7-6. From the Minnesota 48, play action. Bryce Young, pressure coming, throws. He's just going to throw it away. And he gets hit on the play. He's taking some shots today, but he's getting back up. You like the grit, but he's getting a little frustrated now. A good defense by the Vikings. This will be a punt by Carolina, and man, it is not a very good one. It will go out of bounds at the 25-yard line. You want to try to pin them a little deeper than that, and you're punting from there. So once again, we'll see if the Vikings can get a little bit more going. And a big gain. Khalil Herbert. Williams still not on the field. They're relying on Khalil Herbert, but he gets a big carry there. First down and 10 from their own 37. They're going to run it again, and it's going to be blown up. So second and 10 forces them into a second and long. Harris on the tackle. Powell back to pass. Throws short, and the pass is broken up. Good play by J.C. Horn to break that pass up. The big third down here for the Vikings. Third down and 10 from their own 36. Powell back to pass. Standing tall in the pocket. Pressure coming. Forced out. He's going to throw it, and it is... Oh, he overthrows his receiver again. So Sam Howell had a pretty solid start to this game, but he has not settled into it. The kick is up, and this will be received at about the 22-yard line, and they'll get it to the 33. So Bryce Young and the Panthers coming out again. As you see, Joe Mixon 52 for 277 on the season. Average of 5.3 yards per carry. And they're going to run it up the middle, and he's going to break one here, gain of about 12, but he's going to go down a little bit of an injury here. Doesn't seem that serious. They're going to go and check him out, though, so he'll, at worst, he'll miss a few plays. Which is a shame. It seems like with how Bryce Young is playing so far today, they're going to have to rely on the run a little bit. Bryce Young back to pass, throws it short, complete, and they'll get 9 on the play, so second and inches. Bryce Young trying to rally his troops as they try to extend their record to 4-0. A very surprising start for this Panther team. Play action pass, back to pass, throws, and short. And I'm going to blame the weather on this because Sam Howell is having a tough time too. He's overthrowing it. He's underthrowing it. He's throwing it wide. Both quarterbacks are having the same issue, and I'm going to believe that the weather has something to do with it. That run's going to be blown up in a tremendous play. Oh, man, what a tackle. Harrison Smith forces the Panthers into a situation where they're going to try about a 61-yard field goal in the rain. And it is obviously no good. So the Vikings give the Panthers some good field position earlier on their missed field goal attempt. And now the Panthers give the Vikings even better field goal position as the Vikings are now going to start in Panther territory. Almost halfway through the second quarter. Howell, they're going to run it. And a big gain here. 11 or 12 on the play for Khalil Herbert. It'll be first and 10 from the 37. Loading up the formation. They're going to run it. They're going to gain about 2 on the play. Howell back to pass. Throws it deep, and he makes the catch. And it's going to be a touchdown, Minnesota. What a catch by Tyler Conklin. Howell almost overthrew him. And so a big play here for the Vikings. They get their first touchdown of the game. And they're going to kick the extra point to just go up by 6 here. Kick is up, and it is good. And a short kick, man. That kickoff is received at about the 10-yard line. But great coverage as he stopped at 24. So Joe Mixon back out on the field. Back to pass. Bryce Young loads, fires, overthrows him. So Bryce Young now 5 of 15 for 75 yards. And at a certain point, you got to realize Joe Mixon might be your key to victory in this one. Back to pass again, 2nd and 10. Throws, and it's going to be broken up. Not one more on the receiver. But a good play by the defensive back to break up the play. So 3rd down and 10. And a great play there, laying out for it. Darnell Mooney helping out his quarterback with a terrific catch. Watch this. Bryce Young throws it up. It's a rough throw. And we'll get right back to the action. But Darnell Mooney with a terrific catch. They hand it off to Joe Mixon, makes a great play. He's going to get 8 now on the carry. 5 for 24 with a touchdown. So his first 3 carries were rough. His next 2 were very solid gains. Young back to pass, throws that out to the flat. Mixon makes the catch. He's going to be stopped short. They won't gain anything on the play. 3rd and 2 from the Minnesota 40. Vikings loading up the box. Panthers using some motion here. And they will hand it off to Mixon. But Mixon, he will fight through the tackles and he will get the first down. But he's again going to have to go to the medical tent to get checked out. 1st down and 10. They will hand it off again. Solid gain there, about 3 on the play. Kareem Hunt. Second down and 7. Bryce Young's going to hand it off again. Solid run here on the ground. They're going to get 5 on the play. So it will now be 3rd and 2. Panthers approaching the red zone here. Big play. They will hand it off to the side, and it's going to be a first down. He's just going to get it by about a yard. 1st and 10 to the 27. As we approach the 2-minute warning, that will actually probably be the final play. Oh, no. Yeah. Plenty of time to get one more off. 2:10 left. This will be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Young back to pass. Pressure coming. Forced out. Throws. And overthrows him. Harrison Smith brought the pressure. And so I lied because it was an incomplete pass. We have one more play before the 2-minute warning. 2:05 to play. Young in an empty set. Pressure coming. Throws short. Broken up. 3rd and 10. So Bryce Young's stat line falls to 7 of 20. And this has been a rough game for the passing offense of the Carolina Panthers. Shotgun formation, bunch to the right, 3rd and 10. Pressure coming, throws over the middle, overthrows him. So we now have the 2-minute warning. And the field goal attempt is up, and it is good. So it'll be 13-10, and the Vikings will get one last. I'm not going to say one last chance. I learned my lesson with those 2-minute warnings, but the Minnesota Vikings are going to get a chance here to really try to wrestle control of this game. They'll let at the goal line, and a nice return back down to the 27. Quite a few lanes there. Howell back to pass. Looking to his right. Caught. Conklin makes the catch. And a 7 on the play. 3 timeouts remaining for both teams. So plenty of time here for the Vikings to get something done. 2nd and 3, back to pass. Throws short. Get the first down. They do. And Sterling Shepard is going to be called. Or is going to be taken off for an injury. And that will force the Vikings into using a timeout. Shotgun formation. Bunch to the right. Back to pass. 4-man rush. He's going to throw it short to the flat. And with the check down, they'll gain 4 on the play as we approach the 1-minute mark. And the Vikings trying to get to the 50-yard line. 2nd down and 6. Howell throws short, caught, and it will be a first down. I think you got to take a timeout here. You got 40 seconds left. You got 2 remaining. And they will take a timeout. I don't know why they waited a few seconds. Howell back to pass. He's going to load up, throws over the middle. Great pass, rifling it through. Tremendous play, down to 30 seconds. They're going to try to get one more play off. There's the snap, play action. Howell throws, and it's broken up. So 10 seconds left. And now they'll get one more play before having to kick the field goal because they still have the one timeout. So from the 35, they're in field goal territory, although it will be tough in the rain. You just want to get a couple of yards here. Throws over the middle, caught. He will go down. They will call a timeout, and a perfect throw. A terrific half, really, ultimately, by Sam Howell. And Minnesota is going to have a chance here to go up by 6 as we close the half, and it is good. So, I bet if I showed you the stat line of both quarterbacks at the end of the first half, you wouldn't expect the score to be this close. But surprisingly enough, it is. Minnesota has not been able to capitalize. And who was kicking the kickoffs for the Minnesota Vikings? It's got to be the wind, I guess, because that was a brutal kickoff. But again, even solid coverage. And there was a little time left, so now it's gonna be halftime. Let's see. If he kicks this one off further, it's got to be the wind. It goes inside the 5. You'd think because of the other kicks in the second quarter and then being held up, you'd think that the wind would be going the other way. Chance the wind could have shifted here. But Bryce Young looking to Jekyll and Hyde this here in the second half. Pressure coming in. Oh, man. He gets demolished. He gets absolutely crushed by Thomas. Second down and 16 now. From their own 22, Young back to pass, 4-man rush, plenty of time, throws, and his receiver has to make a terrific catch. Disley lays out for it, and it's a gain of 20. So a big play by the Panthers, but it's Will Disley now helping out his quarterback. First down and 10. Young back to pass in an empty set, throws short, nice pass, on target, and they'll gain 5 on the play. Disley with the catch, back to back. Second down and 5 from their own 46. Young switches things up at the line. Back to pass, pressure coming. Throws short and almost intercepted. Dangerous pass there from Bryce Young. And it's Abukum who made the pass breakup. Third down and 5. Young back to pass, 4-man rush, throws short, and it's going to be caught. That was a very good pass. It was a dangerous pass by Bryce Young, but he threaded the needle there to get the first down. Good job by Will Disley to make the catch. First and 10 in Viking territory from the 45. Good cutback. And Jackson's going to go down with an injury. They will gain nothing on the play, as good as that cutback was. Shotgun formation. Young calling signals at the line. Second and 10. Back to pass. 4-man rush from Minnesota. Throws to the flat. Caught. And they will gain about 3 on the play. Bryce Young 11 of 26 now for 140 yards. Kareem Hunt 3 yards on the catch. His first of the day. Third down and 7. Young back to pass. Empty set. Throws over the middle. Great pass. Great read. And they got to get a nice gain on this play. So Bryce Young, one rough throw, but 3 pretty nice throws so far on this drive. And that was a good one. Right on the money. Right in space. John Mechie making the grab. First and 10. Throws short. First down. Good job by Bryce Young. John Mechie again. Handoff up the middle. And Kareem Hunt's going to gain 6 on the play. So Carolina driving inside the 10-yard line at the Minnesota 8. 2nd down and 4. And that's perfect territory. If you can get into the 10, inside the 10-yard line with giving yourself a chance for a first down, that's big. Pressure coming, no. And, it's going to be a fumble. Chance to turn it. Chance to run it all the way back. He's got speed. And, oh, man. Terrible decision by Bryce Young after a solid drive in Minnesota with a huge break in the game. They're going to run this all the way back. Abukum, who almost had an interception, he had a pass breakup and now a fumble recovery. And it was the rookie Will Anderson Jr. coming up with the sack, the 5th overall pick. And the Vikings are going to try to go for 2 here. Why not? Try to make it 24-10. Put yourself up 14. And they're going to try to run it up the middle, and it's going to be stuffed. And Jamal Williams back in the game, but he's going to quickly go back out as he looks pretty frustrated on the sideline there. He seemed like he'd just come back into the game out of the half. And he's quickly out again with another injury. So 22-10 here. Kickoff to the 5. And the Vikings are doing an excellent job on kick coverage. They have yet to kick a ball to the goal line, and yet I don't believe the Panthers have returned a kick out to the 25. So 22-10. They'll start from the 24. They'll run up the middle. Kareem Hunt gains about 5 or 4 on the play. They'll give him 4, so 2nd and 6. Young back to pass. Throws out wide to Hunt. Makes the catch. He's going to gain 5 on the play, so it's 3rd down and 1. Crucial 3rd down here for Carolina. And they're going to run it up the middle. It's going to be a 1st down and a big gain. Kareem Hunt shakes off the tackle, and it's going to be 16 on the play. So a huge run there by Kareem Hunt as he takes over for Joe Mixon, who is still on the sidelines. And watch him shake off Harrison Smith. He just kind of shoved him. Well, 1st and 10 now from their own 48. Young back to pass. Lobs it up. Great pass. Great catch by Disley. Disley, can he go? And he's going to be taken down, shoved down. And he lands at about the 6-yard line. Terrific pass by Bryce Young. Nice grab by Disley. And a good job running after the catch. They are now inside the 10. Disley 4 for 79. Looking like one of Bryce Young's favorite targets as he has settled into this game. Play action. Responding nicely from the fumble, and he's going to be sacked. A dangerous throw. That's almost exactly what happened that forced the fumble. 2nd and goal. Carolina trailing by 12. 4:12 left in the third quarter. Bryce Young, the read option, and he's going to be leveled, and he's going to fumble, but the Panthers will recover. Darius Williams holding his hamstring. Not a good sign. He is limping all the way back to the locker room. The 3rd and goal from the 6. Bryce Young saved there. He might have been down anyway, but they won't review it because they didn't lose or gain any yards. Throws short, and it is knocked out. It was a pretty good throw by Bryce Young, maybe a hair late. And Disley is pushed. He wants a flag. He's not going to get one. So Carolina's going to have to settle for a field goal here. Kick is up, and it is good. With Carolina trailing by 9. It's a deep kick, and they will kneel it in the end zone. So here comes Sam Howell as the Vikings try to put some more points on the board. They will run it up the middle, but it's going to be stuffed. Gain of nothing on the play. Jamal Williams again. He's having to go to the sidelines with another injury. I've seen him have about 3 carries in this game, and he's been injured 3 times. So take the lesson. Stop sending him back out there. He's clearly not right. Second down and 10 from the 25. Howell back to pass. Plenty of time to throw. Throws it over the middle. Caught. This one's going to go for more. And it's going to be across the 50. And the play made by Osborne, KJ Osborne makes the catch. 26 yards in total on the play. And the Vikings are in enemy territory. Back to pass. Throws to the side. Caught. And they'll get 2 on the play. Howell 22 of 33 for 294 yards and a touchdown. Back to pass. Play action. Pressure comes. He's going to be sacked and thrown down by Keon White. And that's the young rookie. Drafted 50. Oh, no, it wasn't Keon White. Keon White was drafted by the Steelers. I apologize. Howell back to pass on a big 3rd and 15 over the middle. Oh, he had a man, but he just missed him. He overthrew him. It was Kazir White, who made that sack on 2nd down. And so Minnesota's going to have to punt. And this is going to go to the 10. It'll be a fair catch. They'll mark it at the 11. Shotgun formation. Carolina trailing by 9. Pressure coming. Throws short into double coverage, and it's broken up. Witherspoon on the play. And that is Akella Witherspoon. 2nd and 10. Bryce Young calling signals at the line of scrimmage. Throws short, caught, and it will gain about 7, 8. Oh, they gave him 9 on the play as he carried it forward. Kind of could argue that the first down there, but they won't make that argument. 3rd and inches. They're going to try to run with it. And a great tackle. What a play by the Minnesota Vikings. And there's an injury, though. Sanborn going down. And 4th and inches at their own 21. Carolina is going to be forced to punt. So a rough break there, but terrific. That's about the 2nd play of the game, I remember, on a 3rd and short. Minnesota standing tall, making a terrific tackle by their defensive line. And so after punting from about the 50-yard line, they will get the ball back at their own 46 with a chance to get something done. Terrific defense by Minnesota. Back to pass. Throwing it wide, and he caught it. It's going to be Conklin. Great pass by Sam Howell, using the leverage against the DB. And you look at it right to the outside shoulder. Good job using the leverage. 1st and 10 from the Carolina 39. Howell calling signals. Changing things up at the line of scrimmage. Shotgun formation, back to pass. No pressure from Carolina. Throws plenty of time, and it is caught. It looks like Jordan Addison, the rookie, making something happen. And they are now in the red zone, down to the Carolina 17. Addison taken with the 27th pick by the Minnesota Vikings. Pressure coming. Howell running backwards. He's going to fumble. And Carolina's going to have their own fumble for a return for a touchdown. Nobody else on the screen. An easy return. And what a turn of events. We have a game again. Josh Paschal scoops it up and runs the remaining 70 yards. Sam Howell, you just got to throw that ball away. You cannot take a sack there, and you cannot fumble. Carolina, after all of that, is now, they're about to, 25 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, and it's a 2-point game now. Kickoff to the goal line, they will return it. And he's going to be tackled at the 21. That looked more like the 19 to me. Ref's doing a little bit of favor for Minnesota. We'll see if those 2 yards make a difference. First down and 10. We're nearing gut check time as we near the fourth quarter. 22 seconds to play here. Howell in the shotgun. They're going to hand it off. Trying to get up the middle. He gets a decent gain. Probably about 4 yards on this one. Yep, 4 yards by Williams. And, 5 carries, 3 injuries. Not here, though. And that will be the end of the third quarter. Look at the score, the pass plays, look at the yards. It's been a very interesting game. Sam Howell has had an impressive stat line. They've moved the ball, but they haven't been able to punch it in, and they've had some costly mistakes. And second down and 6, they try to run it, and they lose 2, forcing them into 3rd and 8 from their own 22-yard line. Howell back to pass. Throws over the middle, and he overthrows him. That one had no chance, and it was almost in danger of being picked off by the safety. So the Minnesota Vikings are going to have to punt. Carolina with a chance to get some good field position on the return, depending on how far this goes. And it's going to be caught at about the 34-yard line, and they'll get it to their own 43. So here comes Bryce Young. He's had a rough game today, but he's made some nice plays, and he has an opportunity to really take center stage here, really wrestle control of this game. Back to pass, little screen, and it's going to be blown up. He didn't throw it really in a position where he could really turn and make a play with it. He threw it a little behind him, and it forced him to do a little spin that really slowed him up and allowed the Vikings to make a play there. Back to pass, shotgun formation, throws it underneath. Plenty of time to throw. They'll get the first down here. Good decision there by Bryce. First and 10 to the 46. Changing things up at the line of scrimmage. Single back formation. Back to pass. Quick drop. And it's going to be broken up. Second down and 10. Young throws short. Caught. We have a flag down, though. About 2 yards shy of the first down marker. And it's, pass interference. Darius Williams. So they're going to tack on an extra 10. And they're down to the Minnesota 36. Carolina driving. Young back to pass. Empty set. Throws. Good throw right there. Accurate, on time. And Bryce Young's stat line looking a bit more impressive. Certainly not as bad as it was in that first half. He's been a lot better here in this second half. If you take that one fumble away that Minnesota returned for a touchdown, Carolina's in the lead right now. Handoff up the middle. Mixon gets 3 on the play. 7 for 30 with 1 touchdown. Second and 7 from the 17 in the red zone. Young changing things up. Back to pass. Pressure coming up the middle. Here we go. He throws it away. And an injury here for the Vikings. And you react like that just because of a few of the plays Bryce Young has made when there has been pressure in his face. He's showing those rookie lumps. And here comes pressure again up the middle and a big sack. Andrew Wiley is going to go down with an injury, but they bring the noise. And Minnesota forcing Carolina into a field goal here on 4th and 15 from the 25. It'll be about a 42-yard field goal attempt. The kick is up, and it is good. And that will give Carolina the lead, 23-22. Minnesota, 7.5 minutes left to wrestle back the lead. Kickoff to the 5. And good kick coverage by Carolina. Only returned to the 22, so 78 yards to go for Sam Howell and the Vikings. Total yards 348 to, I believe, 221, if I read that correctly, for Carolina. And yet Carolina has the lead. And oh man, he looked like he threw that to the linebacker. What a brutal pass by Sam Howell. 2nd and 10. They'll run it up the middle. And a good call there as Carolina was expecting pass. They'll get 3rd and 5. And this will be a 3rd and manageable for Minnesota. Big play here. Back to pass. 4-man rush. Howell standing tall in the pocket. Throws to the flat. Caught. And this will be a first down. So Howell, 25 of 39. Both teams had pretty much abandoned the run game in this one, which is surprising with this weather. Single back formation, 2 receivers out to the right. Howell throws short, caught, and they'll gain 6 on the play. Howell, 26 of 40 for 343 yards. He's already had one pretty huge game this season. It happened back in week 1. Back to pass, throws short, dangerous pass there. Howell in the first game, week 1 against Tampa Bay, which has a good defense, they put up 41 points, and Howell threw for 420 yards despite a rough start. Pressure up the middle, it's a screen. And oh man, on 3rd down, Howell can't complete the screen pass. It was all set up, he had it. They brought the pressure, they had it open, and he just threw it wide. So Carolina's going to punt this. Received at the 15, carried to about the 24. So Carolina coming out with a chance to put themselves up by 8. 23-22, 6:01 to play in the 4th quarter. 76 yards to go for a touchdown. Young throws it to the flat. And they'll gain 4 yards on the play. Bryce Young now up to 50% completion percentage, 20 of 40 for 261. And 2nd and 6. You can take some time off the clock here. Young back to pass. It's only a 3-man rush. And he is going to chuck it up and load it deep. And it's kind of basically just threw it out of bounds. Kind of put his receiver in a position to maybe be able to draw a pass interference. But it does not work. Good discipline by the Vikings. So we play here for Carolina. 3rd down and 6 from the 28. Changing things up at the line of scrimmage. Throws, and it is broken up again. Receiver's got to catch that one. Bryce Young, who fed it to you. Darnell Mooney. And he looked a little shaken up on that one. So great defense by Minnesota there. Here's the kick by Carolina, and it will go out of bounds at the 29-yard line. 71 yards to go, 5:23 to play here in the 4th quarter. Sam Howell coming back. And both quarterbacks just trying to outduel each other here. First and 10. Howell back to pass, 4-man rush. Throws, and it is caught, but he's immediately blown up, so it's 2nd and 7 now. And it's a play action. Howell looking deep. Throws, caught, and a big gain there down to the 40-yard line. Conklin on the catch. 6 for 96 today. Man, has he had a very nice day. Sam Howell doing a good job of feeding his guys. And Tyler Conklin getting open, making the catch, and scampering for a few more yards. Now puts Minnesota right on the precipice of field goal position with under 4.5 minutes to play, down by 1. And they will run it up the middle. And a nice gain here, probably about 4 on the play. Williams, 7 for 16 today. Not a very good day. He's had some struggles with injuries. Like I said, 7 carries, and he's gone to the bench 3 times with an injury. 2nd and 6. Howell takes it, throws it short, and they will get the first down. 29 of 45 for 383. He's thrown 45 passes today. That is incredible. Williams makes the catch, 2 for 15. He has almost as many receiving yards as he does rushing. Howell back to pass. They keep forcing him back, and he's going to be sacked. You got to do something with the ball there, Howell. 2nd and 21. And they're now back at the 38. And the likelihood of them getting a touchdown on this drive are very slim unless they can pull off a big play. It's not impossible to get 21 yards on 2 plays, but it's kind of hard. Empty set, bunch to the left. But if you can just get a field goal, you're taking down some clock here. Under 3 minutes to play. Howell deep drop throws, complete, and Addison's going to get a nice gain. 3rd and 8. So now it's possible. That's what they needed. Jordan Addison 7 for 107 today. He's had a very nice day. Greenlaw with his 10th tackle. Big play here. 3rd and 8. Carolina bringing the pressure. Howell, and he's going to overthrow it. And that's going to force Minnesota to have to settle for a field goal. And that's going to give Carolina the ball back with about 2:15 to play here in the 4th quarter with all 3 timeouts, trailing by just 2 points. And the kick is up, and it is good. So here's the kickoff. Into the end zone. And it's taken back to the 24. 76 yards to go, 3 timeouts, 2:16 to play. Bryce Young has definitely improved on his first half, and we'll see if it's good enough to get his team in position to kick the field goal to try to win this game and improve to 4-0. Over the middle, great pass there. It is caught, and a big gain there. Gets it to the 43-yard line as we approach the 2-minute warning. And we will hit the 2-minute warning now. And a great start to the drive. Great throw by Bryce Young. Throws short. Complete. Gain of 9. That looked more like 7 to me on the play. Mooney with a nice catch. Holds on to the ball through contact. 2nd down and 1. Pressure coming. Bryce Young gets the ball out quickly. Good read there, and they'll get the 1st down. They're going to go with a no huddle. 1:20 to play. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and he's going to be sacked. Great sack by Witherspoon to take him even further out of field goal range. 2nd and 19, 1 minute to play. Pressure coming again. Good block against, I believe, Witherspoon, and Bryce Young's just going to throw this away. Huge point of the game. They got to get to at least the 41-yard line. You probably want a little bit more here in this weather. 3rd down and 19. They have 3 timeouts. It's 56 seconds to play. Changing things up at the line of scrimmage. You just want to try to get to the 41 here. Young pushed back. And he's just going to – you can't throw it away. You can't throw it away. 4th and 19. You got to at least run for it. You got to do something with that. And Bryce Young not happy. They're going to have to go for it. 4th down and 19. Young, time to throw. Pressure starting to come. He throws, and he throws it away. You cannot throw it away on 4th down. That's the game. Minnesota has the ball at their own 40 at the Carolina 47-yard line. It's 1st and 10. They'll try to run out the clock. Carolina has 3 timeouts, but it really doesn't matter because you're going to have to burn all 3 timeouts, although Minnesota's lining up in a shotgun formation. They will run it, though, and they're going to get a nice gain on the play. It's going to be 8. They say 4. Well, that one line is messing me up here. And Howell on the read option, and he's going to get a big gain here. Just don't fumble it. And that's going to be a timeout, and they're just going to kneel on it now. That's all they have to do. So a wild one in this one. There's the final timeout by Carolina, and this will seal the game here. So there goes Carolina's undefeated season. They will fall to 3-1. Minnesota will rise up to 3-1 as well. So Carolina has a 2-game lead on the NFC South, so it's fairly likely that they can make something happen here. But that's going to be it for us.